Hello, Hans Schaff here with GoTinyBeFree and the Cottages at Pine Lake. Today I'm here at the Cottages at Pine Lake here in Phase 1, as you can see in the background, and we've got the first 3 tiny home residents, homes on site, and they're actually connected and living there on site right now, kind of, customizing their homes and getting it, doing the typical move-in things that you do when you get a new home. So they're customizing it right now, and I'm actually going to take you right now and tour the first tiny home that arrived, Miss Mary. You probably remember her from a prior video that we did when she first came to the property and visited back the end of last year, I believe, in December. People loved watching her. She had a lot of great questions. We walked the entire property. So now here she is, the first resident's home that was ready. She moved in. I think their home arrived April 30th, and we got her moved in that first week of May. And since then, we've had 2 others that have come through, and we got many more on the way coming from Incredible Tiny Homes. So there's Phase 1 in the background. We're going to walk over right now, knock on the door, and say hello to Mary. Now, she is expecting us, so I don't want to pretend like she doesn't know we're coming. She's all mic'd up, so hopefully the mics all work and all. But I want to kind of walk over and show you the outside of her home and some of the work she's already contracted out to have done. She's halfway done with her deck. Looks really good. And we're gonna go touch base with her, visit with some experience. I got a bunch of questions from the Facebook group. Sweet Home Alabama, if you look that up on Sweet Home Tiny Alabama, something like that, that Jim Cook has put together for us. It's for people to ask questions and kind of follow along with this project. So join that group. We got work going on the property here. Here's a machine right here behind us coming through. So lots going on here. They're working on Phase 2. So without further ado. So while we're walking over here, this is the little circular driveway that kind of goes all the way around. As you can see, we've got the new gravel put down as well, so you don't have muddy tires as you're driving through. The little parking area for Phase 1 is right there in the front. You can see the 3 cars there. There'll be enough room here for the 6 cars for these homes. And Mary, right there on Lot 5, that's where we're headed. As you can see, there's still materials out here as they're still working on her deck. But I want to show you, this is a perfect looking deck, I believe. It's a perfect size for this tiny home. It's not too big where it dwarfs the home. And it's not too small either where it's not functional. It's going to have a cover on it. Basically, a shed roof is going to be attached as well, and a railing. They got the steps completed, and it's a 2-platform system, or a 2-tier level. And I think it's really neat how she designed it with Francisco, who's one of the local guys working here on the property to help the residents kind of doing different projects, whether it's some landscaping work done, or if you want some carpentry work, some deck, or a privacy fence, all those kind of things Francisco and his crew can do. So we've also got some plumbers lined up. We've got some movers that the residents have been using as well. So we're starting to build that vendor list of different people that you can rely on once you get here, because we are kind of in the middle of nowhere. So, as we're establishing this property and kind of making a presence and making it known that we're here, we are starting to build up that list to kind of give you a one-stop shop resource page where you can go through and find the particular vendor that you need. And if you have a good experience with another vendor that's on the list, you can submit it, and for the rest of the community as well here, so that everybody can kind of benefit and get good experiences across the board. And on the flip side, if you have a bad experience, we want to know about it too, so we won't use that vendor anymore. We'll address that problem so that future issue doesn't arise for somebody else. So anyway, without further ado, let's go say hi to Mary. Okay, here we are. We're going to go knock on the door and go see Mary and talk to her about her new tiny home here as the first resident in the Cottages at Pine Lake.
Hi, good
Mary,
morning.
How are you? Come on out.
Hey.
First off, how are you doing?
I'm good.
You're our official first tiny home resident here on the property in Phase 1 at the Cottages at Pine Lake.
Yes.
So how are you feeling?
I like it here a lot.
Good.
Yeah.
And has it kind of come to be what you kind of expected, what we were kind of talking about?
It came a long way. There's a lot of work that goes on here, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You have done an incredible amount of work in a short time.
And a whole lot more to go still.
Yeah.
But Phase 1 here is done. We've got 3 homes in here so far. You were the first, and I think it was the first week of May you moved in, I believe?
May the 8th.
May the 8th, so about 2 weeks now you've been here.
Mm-hmm.
You've already you've gotten right to work. The very first day, you were setting everything up, of course, and you moved in that first day when you arrived with your stuff, came right in. So I was just telling everybody about reminding them how we did the future video, or the prior video back in December.
Yes.
When you had just come on the property, you were visiting for the first time, had never seen this place, and you were kind of looking to see if this was some place for you that you'd want to live in the future. And so we walked the property, had a lot of great questions, had a lot of good feedback from that video. I think it helped a lot of people out. So here we are again today, as you're the very first resident here on the Cottages at Pine Lake in phase 1 here in the forest lot. So I wanted to, first of all, show everybody your home and how you've got some things kind of done and solutions already figured out on the inside. And you've been here less than 2 weeks and you've already got your deck, halfway built. So you're just, going full speed ahead. So we love it. Love seeing all the change that you're making and the modifications that you're doing, customizations, and also real excited to share this with people and kind of show them what it's like to live here at the Cottages at Pine Lake.
Yes, it's the deck's going to be really nice when they're finished. I'll have the railing with a nice mesh in it, and an area where I can put my dog gate, and me and the dog can sit out and he can patrol the neighborhood.
Yeah, very exciting.
And I think I've spent probably more time outside than in.
Yeah. Which is great. That's what tiny house living is all about. To enjoy the outside space as well. Like you said, so there's going to be railing all the way around with some metal mesh in between and all.
Right.
It's going to have the shed roof on top as well, so it's fully covered, so you can sit out here in the rain.
Yes.
We do get rain here in Alabama.
Yes.
I probably have some coming this weekend.
Yes.
Which is good for the lake. We want to keep that rain coming and keep that lake rising up. And now again, to remind everybody, you came from Chattanooga, so not too far away, just about an hour or so.
Hour and a half
East of us here, up the river, up the Tennessee River. And so down the river here, kind of close to Gunnersville, here we are in kind of Woodville, Alabama area. And so for those of you who are new to this and aren't familiar with this property, we're on about 7 acres of land here. We've got about a 2-acre lake that's continuing to fill up, and this was an old petting zoo. So we've kind of ripped out a lot of the old infrastructure, and we're having to add a whole bunch more infrastructure for tiny houses. And so here we are in phase 1. There's 6 homes right here on the northeast corner of the property. This is kind of in the forest area. We've got beautiful trees. We did our best to keep as many of these trees as we could and still slot 6 tiny homes in here. We've got 3 in here so far. We got 3 more to come in this section. And then phase 2 we're working on right now, as she was alluding to. We've got a lot of trucks coming and going because we're putting in electric, water, and sewer right now as well. And so when Mary showed up, her house was delivered here on site. We coordinated that with the delivery company. So when her house arrived, and then what we did is we added some temporary steps because a lot of the residents were going to bring their own steps. That's what Mary did right away. She started building her own deck and had her own custom stairs built and all that. So we provided stairs. We connected the water, the sewer, and the electric. Yes. And we also blocked it up and leveled it. So basically, when she was able to get here with her stuff in her car, she was able to walk right in, turn the light on, flush the sink, and be able to start moving right in. So that's kind of what we provide. You get a lot here at the Cottages at Pine Lake because you've got your a place ready for you, so that when your home's here, you can start using it right away. Oh, we got lights! Yay! How about water? See if the water's working. We got water. It's official. The home is ready. Here we go. What do you think, Chase? Do you approve? Yeah. So these homes are built by Incredible Tiny Homes. So you want to make sure when you're buying your home that you've got everything on that list before it's delivered. Because if you miss something and there was a miscommunication and misunderstanding, you want to make sure that's addressed prior to it leaving the lot. Because obviously it's a 5-hour drive between here and the factory. So if they're missing something, it's going to take time for them to have to come out here, send a guy or whatever, and fix it up or change it or whatever needs to be done. So make sure when you're ordering your home that when they tell you the home is ready, get some pictures to document, the way it looks and all that, and make sure you go through all the pictures ahead of time so that it's complete and exactly how you want it to make sure it gets here how you want it. So there's no surprise when you walk in the front door and say, missing a washer dryer or missing a sink or, something's not the way that you expect it to be. So we want to make sure that your, expectations match the home that you purchased because we don't have any control of the homes themselves. We're just providing the infrastructure and the lot here for your home to live on. The warranty, all that stuff with the home comes from Incredible Tiny Homes. So you kind of work with them directly on the home, and you work with us directly on the land and on the lot for where the home's going to be. So I just want to make sure we clarify how that all works. Again, right now we have the phase 2 lots on the lake that are available at $15,000 key money. Go to GoTinyCottages.com for details on how all that works. I'll list all the amenities and all the things that you get with that, like the dumpster service, the free Wi-Fi service, mailbox center we're going to have, a beautiful clubhouse is coming as well. It's going to have a gym, and just a whole lot of amenities that will be included with your lot rent of only $300 per month. So GoTinyCottages.com for more information on that. Okay, back to Mary. So what I wanted to do in this video was tour the inside of her home. Everybody loves seeing the tiny house tours and kind of gives you different ideas on how you can customize and tweak your home. And like I said, Mary's been here for about 2 weeks, and every day she's been tweaking it, adding things, and kind of utilizing that space and realizing, this worked better over here, or I need something over here. So that's what we're going to show you right now is the ways that Mary has kind of customized her home to work for her and some different ideas that'll work for you. So without further ado, we're going to walk inside and show you the inside. Okay, in we go. All right, mini split is working. Wow, it is cool in here. Nice, cool and dry. So
We have the dry function on.
Oh, it's working. Okay, so here is the inside of Mary's 2024 RJO 20-foot tiny house. Again, this home is built by Incredible Tiny Homes up in Newport, Tennessee, and it was delivered here just 2 weeks ago. And already Mary's put in a whole bunch of customizations I'm excited to show you. So Mary, let's start on this wall over here, this front wall. So you got your front door, of course, 36-inch door, and right behind her you've got the electric panel, which is right there, and it's got your 30-amp service and all your different breakers and things. This really neat little cabinet as well. And tell me about that. You were telling me how convenient and how useful that was.
Oh, I can get a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you use it for food and
spices, just general things. Some water.
Let's open that one up too, so I can get a real. Yeah, look at that. Great space, and what a great, because that's only about 8 inches deep, maybe 6 inches deep, and yet all that stuff that's in there. So that's a great use of space right there.
It was. That helped out tremendously.
Okay. So, and you got your mini split, of course. That came with your home. It was part of the package. And those things are so efficient. I mean, they just run. You can keep them on 24/7. Yeah. And 75, it feels like it's 65 in here. So I think it's really kicking on. It's working.
Yeah, the dry really works. It knocks it down about 10 degrees from what the
yeah, and of course it is. We are here in Alabama, and it's got a rainstorm coming, so it is pretty warm and humid outside. So it's nice to have that air conditioning working like that instantly as you walk in the room. Okay, and then you were mentioning to me about the special light that you have on the wall. Explain to me what that is.
Oh, this is a magnet with an on-off switch. I use it as ambient light behind the TV when I turn the lights off at night.
Yeah.
And still gives me a little bit of light to see. Dollar Tree.
And you can take it, I mean, it's magnetic. All the walls in here are metal, so you can just basically, wherever you need it.
Yeah, magnets and adhesive are your friend. And I have little hooks. I've got some 40 and some 80-pound hooks that are metal. And I've put my coat up.
On the door there, yeah.
Yeah.
And easy, simple.
And these are magnetic blinds that I purchased at Lowe's.
Okay. Yeah, and there's a Home Depot within 15 minutes of here in Scottsboro, and then equally far away is a Lowe's, about 15, 20 minutes going to the southwest in Hampton Cove area, kind of on the outskirts of Huntsville. So we got Lowe's and Home Depot both within 15, 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And of course you got your TV. What size? Everyone's going to ask. What size is that TV?
I think it is a 43.
Okay. So that's a good sized TV that you're able to get in here.
Yeah, I do want to eventually get it up on the wall to free up, some counter space.
But those TVs are so light these days, you might even be able to get some magnets to do that, right?
Maybe.
You can move it around, just slide it up, slide it down. Okay, and then you got some little drawers kind of underneath there for some additional storage space.
Yes, I was able to get quite a few things in these drawers, and then I purchased the other cube box the other day, and I got the rest of my boxes emptied except for my Tupperware, and I hope to get a cabinet put up here, and then I can move the Tupperware up there.
Yeah. Now, of course, these tiles, people are going to recognize that immediately. It's not part of the standard package that comes with a tiny home. So explain what you've done there with these awesome tiles.
These are also from Dollar Tree, and they are adhesive back, and you just peel the back off and stick them to the wall.
Yeah. So saves you a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money, too, and you can do it yourself.
Yes.
So that's a great little cool customization trick.
I will also do something like that up here at the top, but I haven't decided yet which tiles I want to use.
Yeah, it's only been 2 weeks, so,
Yeah.
you're doing a lot already.
I'm giving it a few to work that out.
Let's talk about your bed, because when you first moved in, what we found was really neat was that the frame of your bed, the very top of the frame, was exactly, because you have the bay window.
Yes.
And so the top of the frame was exactly the same level as the bay window. And I'll put a picture in here to kind of show people. I think Chase was sitting on it, on your bed, and it was so basically extended the width of your bed 2 feet. So you essentially have a 2 foot wider mattress if you wanted to. would fit almost perfect in there.
Yes.
So, and I guess that's probably Chase's domain over here, right?
Yes, he has a little spot.
Right out the window. Look at that view he's got. That's a dog's life, I'll tell you what. And there's in the background there, you kind of see through the trees and all, there's the north side of the property, and that's where the cows roam. Right now we've got one bull. The neighbor kind of changed it out. Sometimes he has 8 heifers that were out there. Now he's got a bull roaming around. It's there's no horns or anything. It's a very playful bull. So he was jumping around when we were doing some concrete work. It was kind of funny to watch. But so there's the bay window, and like I said, that's kind of Chase's domain. But you've also got a neat little kind of shelf system right there with your alarm clock and some different storage things as well. And I guess that's the dog gate right there.
Yes, that will go on the porch once we get some post up.
And then from this window, you've also got a view of the lake as well, kind of there in the background. Of course, there'll be homes around the lake, so you probably won't be able to see a whole lot of the lake, but you can kind of see the trees, and as those continue to grow and the foliage, it's going to be continue to be even prettier through there. All right. And then
I have my living room area, so I can have a guest over, and I've got two seating chairs, so I can have someone over. I mean, it's not big, but it works. It's everything that I feel I will, need. We can sit on the bed, sit in the chairs.
Like I say, you're going to have that nice deck to be able to sit out on. And
yes.
In fact, I'll show you a little sneak peek out this window again. We're going to have, on that flat area out there, is going to be a fire pit. So as you can see out there, that's the old septic tank leach lines right there. And so we can't build on that, can't do anything on it. But we can do a fire pit, and we can do benches and things to kind of sit around a fire pit. So zoom in. There you go. That nice little grassy area right there. It's going to be a nice little spot to hang out and, sing Kumbaya and roast marshmallows or whatever people want to do. So excited for that to come about here in the near future as well. Okay, back to the tour here. So we've got the living area where you've got the brand new chair that you bought to kind of custom fit in this area. And then you've got some additional storage, and you're still in the process kind of tweaking and all this. I remember when you first came in, you had all your stuff in boxes and you were trying to figure out just floor space.
Yeah, I had to walk sideways for the first couple days.
Yeah, until you kind of figure out where things are going to go and how to, the one thing about living in a tiny house, it helps you become real organized, right?
Yes. Well, you find out what you need and what you don't need.
Right, because I guess when you're paring down from a bigger house, you have an idea in your mind what you think, things, so you can pare down a lot of the ways, but really until you get into the space, you're not going to really know exactly how you're going to utilize that space.
Yes, I will still go back through and pare down some more, but for now, the rest of my stuff is in storage, and I will just do that slowly.
Yeah, you're in no rush. I mean, right. You're kind of enjoying the tiny life, and it's going to be a constantly changing process as well.
Yes.
It'll always change over time as you see new things. You can kind of replace things or find better solutions to replace other solutions, and you might just want to change a pace too, right? And
yes.
Change your entire thing and redesign the whole thing. Who knows? So okay, let's move on towards the kitchen. You've got looks like your coffee maker there. Is that like an espresso machine too?
It is.
Wow.
Yes, you can do the pods, espresso. There's a frother on it.
Oh man.
And I haven't tried any of that. I do know the pot works.
So now you residents, you'll know where to go to get some good espresso in the morning.
Yes, I won that as a gift.
Oh, cool. That's
and
good.
A Christmas gift. And this was my retirement gift from work.
Wow.
It is I don't remember if it's a 6 or a 7-in-1 Toshiba cooker.
Mm-hmm.
It is a convection oven, microwave, air fryer, combo cook.
Whatever you need cook sounds like it's going to do it for you.
Yes.
5 different ways.
And it will toast your bread.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the craziest thing. Yeah, 4 minutes and you've got toasted bread.
In a microwave type device. Wow, that's pretty neat. What?
Yeah, it has some little baskets and some little trays that you sit on.
Yes, I mean, a lot of people are, going tiny. They think, oh, well, I need an oven, right? But really, if you have a device like this, again, what I think is the best thing about tiny houses is it's minimizing waste.
Yes.
Right? So instead of having 5 devices, a big old oven, a toaster, a microwave, 4 devices, you can have it all in one small compact device that does it all. Because you're not going to need them all at the same time. You can use one thing at a time. You can use a toaster in the morning. You can use the air fryer in the afternoon, and you can use the convection oven for dinner.
Yes.
So why have 3 devices? And then, of course, you have your stovetop here as well. So if you
Yes.
need just a quick pan, you've got and again, something that you can put away. You can just fold that out of the way and use that space for something else. So
Right. This one you couldn't really fold, but if I had it to do over, I would probably just get one unit, and one burner instead of 2.
But it is portable, right? I mean, so this whole thing can come off. It's not. So if you need that table, that countertop space for something else,
Yes.
you can just take it off and kind of put it down there next to your washer dryer, and you've got that space back. So, yeah, again, if that was a permanently, you wouldn't be able to have the washer dryer beneath it because it still sticks down a little bit, and then you wouldn't be able to use that countertop space for something else. So this way, if you're not going to use it all the time, you can put it out of the way, and use it for something else, like you're going to have a party or a different event, or if you want to use that for like an office or get some work done, you've got that additional countertop space that you otherwise wouldn't have.
Yes, I hope to get something built here, a fold-up table.
Okay, to go underneath the TV.
That I can put out and use for a dining table.
Yeah.
And just bring the chair over, and also use for a computer table.
Okay.
A workstation.
And Francisco might be able to help you build something custom like that to fit exactly how you want
I
it.
hope so.
Yeah.
I have a table. I think if we just work with that, we should be able to get it to...
Start with that and modify it, kind of, and attach it to the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. I'll have to come back and do another tour once you get that in place.
Okay. And then I have a dehumidifier. Amazon is your best friend. I'll give them a plug. And I run that 24/7. Probably empty it about every 3 days.
And I didn't even hear it. I couldn't even tell it was on. So very quiet.
Yes, it's very quiet. And then I have my zero water filter. You just pour the water in at the top from the tap.
Okay.
And then it filters it, and you have a little device you can turn on here.
Oh, does it measure like your TDS and all your total dissolved solids
Yes.
and things? Okay. Yeah.
When you get to a 6, then you get a new filter.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
Cool.
I used it in my Airbnb before I came here, and then have used it since I've been here, and I'm still on 0.
Okay.
So
Yeah, and
it does last a lot. I got that at Walmart.
Okay. And we're on county water right now, so I mean it does come through the county pipes, and also it's municipal water, so probably is a good idea if you're concerned about your health to have some kind of a purification device like that for better tasting water as well. So recommend something like that.
And the water here, I have noticed, is a lot softer
Oh, really?
than the water in Chattanooga.
Interesting.
So I can use a lot less shampoo, conditioner, soap.
Wow, because there's a lot of limestone around here too, so I'm kind of surprised. That's good to know. They must be treating it.
It's really nice, yeah.
Good.
And your skin doesn't dry out.
Okay.
So
Well, there we go. Okay.
there's a lot to be said for that.
Let's talk about your washer dryer as well. This is an all-in-one unit, so you put it in dirty, it comes out not only clean but also dry for the most part. Explain, have you been able to use that so far yet?
Yes, I've used it probably 4 or 5 times.
Okay, and that came with your home.
Yes.
It was part of the package. And so, how long does it typically take if you're running a load of wash in there?
I usually put it on the quick 20.
Oh, okay.
And so you get 20 minutes of wash and then an hour for dry.
Okay.
If it's not dry enough at that point, it will automatically put you on another hour and then adjust for dryness level on its own.
It has its own sensor. Good.
Right. And you you only use a tablespoon
Wow.
of dish detergent, or not dish detergent,
Laundry detergent.
laundry detergent, and a tablespoon of softener.
Okay.
So your detergents and stuff will last a whole lot longer as well.
One more way to save money.
Yes.
Okay.
And but you can also just do a dry cycle or a wash cycle. I like to, on the dry cycle, take my towel after I've showered and put it on dry only and put it on the 12-minute refresh, and it will dry it out for you. And it also has different dryness levels that you can pick.
Okay. And the other neat thing about this unit, it's only because a typical dryer is going to be 30 amp, which for a home like this, that's going to use up, it's going to be, I don't know if you could power it on this home without really kind of messing up the way that you live. So having this one is actually a 110 volt, 15 amp circuit. So it actually, you can be running this and using your oven and different things all at the same time. So it's nice because it's much lower power, which again, is less on your electric bill. It doesn't have a heater built in. What it does is it actually uses the hot water in order to, or maybe a small heater, in addition to that really hot water, and that it spins it really fast. Really,
yeah, there's some type of heated blower in it.
Yeah, and there's another vent if you wanted to actually have it heat even more effectively to dry it even faster. You can actually have it exhaust the hot air outside, and so that would also speed up, and might use a little more power to do that, but that's an option with this particular unit, which I've seen other ones that don't even have that option. So this is maybe a more advanced, it's a pretty good unit, looks like. All right, and also keep in mind too, if you're buying a home and you don't have a washer dryer, we are going to have a laundromat actually just right across the street here from Mary's home. So we will have commercial sized washer and dryers. For those bigger loads, or if you want to just do your laundry there, if you don't have your own washer and dryer, that'll work for you too. So just to keep that in mind for people. Okay, so we are now officially in the kitchen, and so you've got, this is another magnetic window covering, looks like.
What I used are adhesive.
Oh, adhesive, okay.
Holders for your rods.
Like a 3M or something like that?
Well, they came from Amazon.
Okay.
They're very sticky. And so once you put them up, make sure you know which spot you want them to be in.
And was that delivered here to the property, or was that before?
No, I brought a lot of things with me.
Okay.
I'm on a couple of Facebook groups with the tiny homes.
Yeah.
And had gotten a lot of ideas from those people. Mm-hmm. I had read a lot about what to expect and what would work and what would not work. So I was able to bring a lot of stuff with me. I think I started buying back in December. And
so you had, so you were prepared basically coming
yes,
out here. But to let
tried
people
to be, yes.
Yeah, as best as you could do without being in the space yet. But also let people know we have had the first package arrive here on the property as well. So UPS is delivering here on the property. So just to let people know, it is a process you have to get with the drivers for both FedEx and UPS to kind of let them know. And USPS will be delivering, of course, to the mailboxes at the front of the property. And in time, we'll have our own community kind of postal service. Once we get more of the residents in here, we'll get a bigger kind of tiny post office, so to speak, for the property as well. So we can get packages and mail from UPS, FedEx, and whoever else is delivering. They will come on site and deliver your packages. So, okay, then you got the nice sink there too. You got a nice
yes, I have the
apron
farmhouse
sink,
sink.
farm style sink. That is
yes.
really nice. I love that. Just one basin, and it's real deep too. Look at that.
It is. Yeah, it is great.
Probably doubles as a dog bathing sink as
well.
well.
I haven't tried that, but yes, I might actually get Chase in there.
Yeah, pretty big size. Okay. So you got some different drying racks, looks like. And tell us about those.
Actually, I just use those to set things on.
Yeah.
I have not stained my countertops yet, so I'm trying to avoid as much water contact as I can until I can get something to preserve the wood.
Right.
Hopefully, within a couple weeks, I will be able to get that.
And then you're also, like you said before, you're looking to put in some shelves right here, some custom shelves
yes.
put onto the wall there. So I guess that would probably take the place of what you have there, basically. You use those shelves for...
No, I will probably end up still using this. I'd like
okay.
having the tiered system.
You have another little small shelf here on the back there. That's where the power runs through. And you got two outlets there, which they are GFI protected, being so close to the water right there. So you've got that. And just to kind of cover power real quick, your washer dryer comes in on a separate circuit, so it's on its own circuit. Your living room is on a separate circuit. Or, I'm sorry, your kitchen's on a separate circuit. Your living room's on a separate circuit. Fridge is on a separate circuit, which we haven't gotten to yet, but that's over here. And of course, your washer or your water heater is also on a separate circuit, and that's a 20 amp circuit there. So let's talk about you got some more magnetic devices there on the wall there for which was just a wall before, a metal wall, and now
right.
it serves
and
dual purposes.
I can just.
So the whole thing is magnetic. Oh,
yes.
That's cool. Magnetic bar. So you can put knives on there if you wanted to, or metal scissors, anything
yes.
metallic, basically.
Yeah, it was designed for knives, but
okay.
I like to keep those in the drawer.
Yeah, no,
so I kept losing my scissors.
And then a great way to kind of put your towels up there so they're kind of out of the way and staying clean up there as well.
Yes.
Got your clock, and then little hooks for some of your kitchen utensils.
Yes. So that way I can just grab one.
Very easy, very practical, convenient. Okay, and then of course we're going to go up here. There's the loft. It's just a little storage loft, which is nice because in a tiny home you don't have a lot of space. So to have a space like that, it's about probably 7.5 feet wide, and I believe it's like 3.5, 4 feet deep. So I mean, you've got a lot of space, and I think it's about 4 feet tall at the very top. So you really have quite a bit of space up there. You probably just need like a step ladder to be able to access it, I guess.
Yes, there was a lady who has a ladder that she showed that I will probably get one, and then I can get up there. I just had the movers put some of the items that I knew I wasn't going to be going through right away, just to stick up there until...
Yeah. In fact, in my sprocket, I have a ladder. It's about 2 or 3 feet high, and it folds up real compact, and I slide it down here next to the washing machine. In mine, I've got just basically, this is a... if you don't have the washer dryer, this can become like a little desk. You can kind of slide a stool under there. So that's where I have mine kind of tucked in underneath there. You just slide it out, throw it out, and you can access that real easily up there. If you need a little bit more height. So, but yeah, that's a great storage space up there. Then we got the water heater that we just talked about. It's a 19-gallon electric water heater, so it'll hold 19 gallons of hot water for you, and it warms up in about 15-20 minutes. If you ever turn it off. And here's a quick little tip if you're looking to save some power. What you can do, because it's going to cycle on and off all day, and these days they're pretty efficient. But if you want to save even more power, you can buy a timer to set it on. For example, something my dad would do. He's being an engineer. He would have it set on a timer where it only comes on twice a day. Because you think about it, most people are only going to use hot water probably in the morning and in the evening.
Yes.
So what you can do is you can have it turn on like 6 o'clock in the morning, or half hour before you get up, and it'll keep that water pretty hot and warm, and it'll probably last and stay warm for a couple hours. So that could cut your electric bill down quite a bit if you're concerned about saving some electricity. And then again, the evening time, and most people come home from work or they're getting ready for dinner, you might want to fire it up again and have some hot water ready for a couple hours, do dishes, all that kind of stuff. But really, unless you're doing loads of wash, you probably only need about 2 cycles a day. And even sometimes the washer dryers have their own hot water heater built into it in case the water's not hot enough going into it. So a couple of different things to kind of think about, and some different options, different ways of saving money. Moving along, and now we're at the fridge. And now that's a pretty good sized fridge for a small tiny home.
Yes, it's a 10.1 cubic
feet, yeah.
Yes, and for my needs, it's fine.
Yeah, everything that you need fits in there.
Right. They are going to come in. Right now it opens this way.
Mm-hmm. Or you're going to change the door around?
I'm going to have it switched the other way.
Yeah, that'll make it much easier. It's a good idea.
Because when I'm bringing something from the stove to here.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's kind of that doorway.
Yeah, because I have to go in, back up, and then this way it will just open straight up. So.
And speaking of that doorway, so that of course is your bathroom there on the very end, and you've
yes.
got just a little simple curtain rod up there to kind of hold the curtain. Something real simple. It's very small. It's not obtrusive. It just basically you unscrew it basically to kind of it's spring loaded to kind of hold in place. So you can throw up any curtain that you like in there, add a little more design to your home, and you can separate the bathroom.
Right, and the curtains were long, so I just took the scissors and cut them off.
There you go. DIY. There you go.
DIY at its finest.
Let's hit that light switch real quick, and let's show them the bathroom real quick.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'll just do a quick little tour for you guys who are familiar with the. Now this is the same bathroom layout as the Incredibox as well. And of course, again, we're in the 2024 RJO 20-foot model. So you've got that whole back wall there. You can put a cabinet or a shelf on there. There's another one of those neat magnetic lights on the wall there. And then you got places to put your vacuum cleaners and mops and brooms right there on the side, space that you're not going to use otherwise. You've got a proper, normal, regular flush toilet. I'm sure it's probably a low flow as well, so it won't use a whole lot of water going down the drain. And then, if you didn't have the sink in the bathroom, you've got this nice space where you can put like a mirror, like Mary's got. And is that a magnetic shelf in there too?
No, that one's adhesive.
That's adhesive, okay. So
and it came in a pack of 2. The other one is in the shower, which holds the has a rod on it where you can put your washcloth.
All right, and we'll let you see into the shower. And yeah, some additional storage space there because you're only using the shower, maybe once, maybe twice a day at the most. So the rest of the time, it becomes a nice little storage space. And then you've got your shower head. It is I believe it's a 36-inch shower.
Yes, this one is the 36-inch.
So you got a lot of good space, and again, just a little curtain rod up there, shower curtain rod, and throw your shower curtains in there, and it's good to go. And this is the adhesive shelf that Mary put in as well. She was talking about. So it's got the little hanging part there for washcloths or towels, and then of course a little shelf on top to put some of your soaps and conditioners and shampoos and all. So there you go. And tell me about this air freshener over here that you've got as well.
This is a rechargeable air purifier, and it helps get, I like to cook a lot of the hot spices in my food, and it will get rid of those smells in the air.
And so it's not burning your eyes and stuff like that too when you're cooking.
So I had gotten that one online as well.
Okay. Now, next, Mary, so I did submit a list of questions to other people in the Facebook group, the Sweet Home Alabama Facebook group that Jim Cook has set up for this property. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my iPad real quick, and then I'm going to ask you some of these questions because there's things that people are just dying to know about tiny house living and the property in general. So I'm going to set this camera up, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the iPad. Well, that's about it for now. It's probably going to be a two-parter, so thank you for watching. And this is the very first tiny home tour here at the Cottages at Pine Lake. We'll be doing an update as Mary continues to finish her deck out front, put in the shelves and other customizations and the table she talked about here. So we'll come back and you'll get to see kind of before and after as time progresses. And of course, we'll show other homes as well for those who don't mind being on camera and we can show their homes. We'll get those out to you guys here shortly as well. So thanks again for visiting, and thank you, Mary, for being so gracious and letting us come see your new space here. Yeah. And we're excited to have you here.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. Well, we hope to see you guys here at the Cottages of Pine Lake, either as a resident. We do have those Phase 2 lots on the lake still available. $15,000 key money, $300 a month lot rent. Go to GoTinyCottages.com for full details. And we're also going to have Airbnbs in the front. So if you just want to come visit and kind of check out the property, as soon as Phase 2 is complete, the infrastructure there, we will have those available where you can come, spend a night or two or a week or whatever, and have your choice of available Airbnbs, tiny houses on the front of the property where you'll be able to spend a night, experience tiny house living for yourself on property here, and figure out if this is something that you would want to do in the future, or just come visit every once in a while and say hi to everybody and enjoy in some of the festivities here. So anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video. Go Tiny, be free.